Title: The Boy and the Guardian Wolf. In a remote village, surrounded by dense forests and flowing rivers, lived a boy named Hassam. He was 10 years old, brave, and loved adventures, but he was also a bit reckless. He often wandered into places where the elders warned him not to go. The beginning: a dangerous, challenging day. Hassam gathered with his friends near the forest, talking about their past adventures. One of his friends challenged him, saying, "You wouldn't dare enter the forest alone at sunset." Hassam smiled confidently and replied, "I'll go in and come back before dark." Without hesitation, he stepped into the forest. However, he didn't realize that the deeper he went, the denser the trees became, and the darker it grew. Lost in the forest after an hour, Hassam began to feel uneasy. Everything around him looked the same, and he couldn't find his way back. He tried to recall the landmarks he had passed, but he realized he was lost. Strange sounds echoed around him, and the rustling trees seemed to whisper ominously. Suddenly, he heard a howl nearby, making his heart pound. A large wolf stood not far from him, its eyes glowing in the darkness. Hassam froze, fearing it might attack at any moment. A mysterious encounter, but to his surprise, the wolf didn't attack. Instead, it walked forward slowly, glancing back at him from time to time, as if urging him to follow. Hassam had no other choice, so he cautiously walked behind the wolf, watching its every move. After a few minutes, they arrived at a small lake in the middle of the forest. The wolf nodded toward the water, as if telling Hassam to drink. Thirsty and exhausted, the boy knelt down and drank the cool water. When he looked up, the wolf was sitting quietly, watching over him. The path to Safatians Hassam regained some strength. The wolf started walking again. The boy followed, hoping it would lead him out of the forest. As they moved forward, the night grew darker, but the wolf seemed to know exactly where it was going. Suddenly, Hassam heard distant voices calling his name. He realized it was his family and the villagers searching for him. He ran as fast as he could, but when he turned to thank the wolf, it had disappeared into the trees almost as if it had never been there. Returning to the village, Hassam reached his father, breathless and relieved, as the villagers embraced him with joy. When he told them about the wolf, they didn't believe him, thinking it was just his imagination playing tricks on him out of fear. But deep inside, Hassam knew what he had seen. From that day on, whenever he looked at the forest, he felt a presence watching over him. Perhaps, deep in the woods, the guardian wolf was still there, keeping an eye on the boy who once trusted it.